Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't hear you once more. Good morning.
Good morning.
You only got half an hour left, so it's quick. James, is this 4K or HD in my video? Huh? I haven't got makeup on, so it better not be 4K. All right, we've used 4K before and I look awful. All right, so we've got to keep. My name is Neil O'Connor, and I'm the head of Department of Accounting. And I hate to ask this question. How many of you in this room love accounting? Anyone? Oh, okay. What a stupid question to ask. All right. And maybe you have chosen, maybe you have chosen another discipline. That's fine, because I get accountants rock solid, excited with doing accounting. Anyway, it's even more interesting than that, because what I teach is operations, which goes across a lot of disciplines. Accounting, I even teach fintech, and I teach supply chain management. All good fun. How many of you are interested in finance? Okay, we've got a few more takers. That is wonderful. And what about management? Okay, good. Marketing. Marketing is important, all right? Innovation and marketing are the two value creation engines in every organisation, all right? So make sure, if you're studying marketing, do it properly. Learn the digital marketing as well. Don't just study traditional marketing. And so what happens when you go into a class like mine, or how a class should be? Well, we need to show you some videos of the real world. So I just want to give you an insight for the next 60 seconds. And you tell me, here are two factories. Now, I'm trying to sell you a picture frame that you can order from these two factories in China. And so I take you into these two factories, and your job in the class is to choose which factory to source from. Are you with me here? All right, so pay attention. Are you focusing on the left-hand side factory or the right-hand side factory? Okay, I'm going to show you two more videos, and then you will have to make a decision. This is a business decision. Parents in the audience, show of hands, where are you? Great, I'm glad you're there, because I want you to see what interactive teaching is about rather than a lecture. So we have these two factories. All right, notice that we just went into a clean room on this factory over here. This one, no clean room. And this factory is also making smartphones, so it may say, oh, that factory's a really good one. Well, we should order from that one. Well, maybe the price is higher. Now you need to think about multiple factors in your decision. Wow. Okay, so let's go on to another video. Let me show you some more videos. Okay, let's go and have a look at the burn-in room. That's where they test the products after they have been manufactured. And so, remember, your decision is which factory are you going to order from. This is a picture frame, and the picture frame can range from about $15 FOB to about $25 FOB. Okay, less than 100 ringgit. All right, and so here you go. Here's the quality control sheet showing about the products that are going through, and to say whether they've all met their standards of what they should be in terms of burn-in. Burn-in room means they actually fully charge the unit and then let them drain. And then they test how long it takes for them to drain, okay? So they'll make sure that the battery works in the units that they make. Neil, sorry, this is a business school, not engineering school, right? So, okay, let's go to our next slide. Remember your decision, which one are you going to order from? I'll show you one more. All right, put your hand up. Have you made your decision yet? Has anyone made their decision yet? Anyone? Okay, one more item of information for your decision making. Let's have a look. I like this one. I don't have to bend down to put the sock on my shoe. I love that factory. Okay, this factory here, we don't have the clean room entrance, all right? But obviously, the more attention to detail on this factory here. Okay, these are the two factories. All right, then we're going to go into the showroom. And the showroom is all of the products that the factories are making. And this finishes your exercise. And parents, thank you for joining in on this exercise as well. Just want to show you, there's the products that we're trying to buy here. So the question is, which factory are you going to buy from? This one? Hands up for this one. Okay, all right. Hands up for this one. What, no hands? What's going on? Don't you want to save some money? Which one do you think is going to be cheaper? This one. So you want to pay the more expensive price. All right, okay. So how much are we going to spend on one of these products here? Can we have some price? Let's start at $18. Let's start with the factory that you like. All right, anyone for 18? You've got 18, 18, 18. You've got 18, you've got 18 over there. 19, anyone for $19 on this factory over here? Come on, yell out at 19. We've got 19 here. Anyone for 20? 20, 20, 20, 20. We've got 20, 21, 21, 20, 21, 21, 21. It's on you. Is it 21, 22, 21, 22, 22? Ah, your phone up? Yeah, 22, 22, 22. Anyone for $23? Anyone? 23, yes, you got it. Okay, this factory wants $23 US FOB. Minimum order quantity is 1,000. Okay, $23,000, you got your order. Congratulations. All right, what about this factory over this side? Where we're going to start? Let's start at 15. Anyone want to pay 15? 15, 15, we've got 15 over here, 16, 16, 17, 17, 17, anyone 18, 18, 19, 19, okay, 19, this one over here, we'll give it to you for 19, okay, that's the real deal. All right, now when I was doing this, I did this factory audit myself for a US buyer a couple of years ago, and these were the prices the two factories were offering. So which one are you going to go with now? Are we still on this one? Hello? Are we still on this one, yes or no? Hands up if you're on the more expensive one. 23 US dollars, 1,000 US at 23,000. If you're on this one, it's 19,000, you say 4,000 US dollars. Which one? Anyone on this side now? Oh, change your mind, have we? Ah, interesting, huh? All right, more factors into your decision making. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Who said accounting isn't boring? Huh? All right, all right. You change your decision based on the accounting, am I right? Yes. Okay, but none of you chose accounting. Okay, all right. So, my client ended up choosing the factory over here, on this side, and he ended up paying $23 US, and then less than 4 months later, they put the price up to 26. And then 2 months later, they put the price up to 28. Okay, so I just want you to think, if you're ordering 2,000 every lot, okay, 23, 28, that's 5,000, you've ordered a total of, now you're up to another 6,000, you're paying $10,000 US more than you expect. You're with me here? Compared to the other factory that may not have changed its price. So what do you do now? You've got to be a better negotiator. You study management, you need to learn negotiation. But you need to know what you're negotiating over. You need to have a comparison. All right? The factory on this side was your comparison. It's a cheaper factory. So now you can negotiate. So the buyer came to me after their second order and said, oh, they put the price up. They're 23 to 26. What do I do? I said, here's what you need to do. If you believe your marketing, those in marketing, you believe your market is sustainable with this product that you're going to source, then maybe you go to the cheaper factory. But the quality may not be as good. What do we do now? Then you beef up the quality control. You pay for 3 days quality control inspection. How much is that? Oh, that's about $299 US for a person day to go into the factory and judge the quality of the products. So why don't you pay $1,000 instead of $300? By the way, if you're ordering 2,000 units, how much per unit is that? Hello? Come on, aspiring accountants, how much per unit is that? You're paying $1,000 for quality control, you're ordering 2,000 units, so that's 50 cents a unit you're paying extra. That's to get assurance that this factory that none of you wanted to source from, all right, is more visible and viable and giving you a product that is good quality. 50 cents per unit compared to, they put the price up from 23 up to 26. So you can change your strategy now and you're focusing more on quality control, get more visibility of the operations. Put your hand up if you want to come to my class. Anyone? That's what you want, isn't it? Parents, the aim for teaching in business schools these days is you must talk about real world stuff that's going on, not stuff in textbooks, and that's something that we're moving towards in what we're teaching in this business school. By the way, any of you, you're most welcome to join my supply chain management unit, but the last class I was teaching is this Thursday night. But you still can join if you want to. All right, that's for this semester anyway. Okay, that was just a brief introduction of what a class may look like if you come into my class. I want you to think, did I talk about marketing, yes or no? I talked about marketing. Did I talk about management? Yeah, negotiation. I talk about accounting, of course. Okay, so there's multi-dimensional aspects of real-world business scenarios, and that's another aspect that we want to bring into the teaching at Monash Business School. All right, now back to the dull PowerPoints. Let me show you. It's coming. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture on how we can get you to succeed in the business school. How many of you want to leave the lecture now? Yeah, I know how you feel. All right, okay, all right. The Monash way to help students succeed. Interesting. You all know the mission. We want to have a meaningful impact, but if we want to have a meaningful impact, we've got to have a reachable impact. We've got to get out and grab your attention and make you think differently about business case scenarios. Okay, a little bit too loud, are we? Okay, so the purpose of this meeting is to present the future and what does it mean for the decisions that you might make. Now, there's this slide here. Yeah, it's not as interesting as the factory is it? All right, it's just to show you that there's lots of things going on. But I think the big thing I want you to take away over the next 10, 15 minutes is much more mental than it is anything else. Okay, so, and the way you get your mental together can help you even more, even when you may come across a dull and boring lecture. All right, okay, so let me show you. Okay, you all know Grab. Grab revolutionised industry, and that's an example of lots of things that are happening today. The challenge is, and I was looking in the previous session, many of you looking at your smartphones, obviously between you getting up and now, you've looked at your smartphone many, many times. Digitalisation is going to drown you. When you get into corporate, that is also going to drown you. Why? I was just checking my emails as a head of department in the last 5 years. I had received 100,000 emails. Okay, so how many of you want a job in corporate? Anyone? How many of you want to be an entrepreneur? Okay, you will be doing 100,000 texts and replies instead. Okay, because if you're an entrepreneur, you've got to know your digital marketing. All right, keep that in mind. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, here are some jobs that are going away. And it's kind of opposite to what I was just talking about with the factory video, that all the jobs on this side are endangered, but I don't believe that. I think the real message is that the endangered jobs are changing. So when I talk to the 100-odd accounting students that join the accounting major each year, I tell them to be aware that the accounting role is changing. So now when I talk to my friends at KPMG and EY and Deloitte and PwC, when I talk to them, they always tell me, we're not doing the bookkeeping, the debits and credits now. We're actually working more in terms of ESG. We have to report on ESG. All publicly listed companies throughout the region now have to have an ESG element in their reports. What does that mean? So as an accountant, your job is not endangered. And so it's interesting if you look online, you'll see lists like this, that these jobs don't apply for those jobs. You need to be on this side. It's not like that. It's very easy for social media to paint the jobs like that, but the nature of the jobs are changing, and that's what I want to remind you when you see things like that in the social media. Excuse me. The other thing is longevity. Many of us are living longer. So what does that mean? It may be you have 1, 2 or 3 careers. It may be that you work for 4, 5, 6, 7 different companies. Okay? Now, how many of you passed 5th form? Anyone? 6th form? You must get to Monash, right? Well, I dropped out of 5th form. Okay? Because I didn't have the confidence to study. And I went and worked for 3 years. And then I had a mentor, and that got me back into the role of study, and the rest is history. I went and did my accounting major at Ballarat University in Australia into chartered accounting, and then back into the university system. Well, what I'm telling you is that how do you make change? Any one of you can have a failure in life, but because of the longevity in life, there's always a chance to bounce back. All right? There's always a chance to bounce back. So what does that mean? A big thing that's important for your mental side is having mentors and knowing who you can turn to for help. Okay? There is the formal system of Monash that was explained in the last hour. Oh, if you're sick, you've got a problem here, you've got a problem there, you need evidence for that, you need to talk to your CE. Yeah, that's the operational detail, but you need to have a mentor. You need, whether that be your friends, whether that be your uncle, whether that's been your lecturer, or whether that is someone on YouTube on the other side of the planet. I'm serious. I put all my teaching on YouTube, too much of it these days, and I had someone contact me from Scotland. And that person said, Neil, I really enjoyed your teaching of international accounting. I said, tell me more. I said, I'm actually doing a summer internship at University of Glasgow, but I'm enrolled at UC Berkeley, and your lectures online are better than the lecturer in UC Berkeley. All right? So don't think that you are stuck with lecturers that you have here. If it's not working for you, go onto YouTube, find a lecture on the same topic, and if that works for you, then stick with it. All right? Don't say, at the end of 3 years I didn't go too well because the teachers weren't good enough. All right? Because you've got YouTube now, you can find replacements very easy. Okay? And I tell my staff, all of you could be replaced. Tell your students, if they find someone better on YouTube than you, then go for it. Because the role of us teachers is to inspire you directly or indirectly. And we've got technology today to do that. So please, look for role models, look for mentors that help inspire you in the topic that you are working on. Now, the mental part. This is the thing. Because you have multiple careers, you need to have the mental part right. What does that mean? Well, in the past, you get a job with the Big Four and you can stay there for 30 or 40 years. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. That's what they said to me in Hong Kong. Because I was working in Hong Kong for 20 years. I got tenure at City University of Hong Kong. Top university, just like Monash. Okay? And less than a year later, I got an offer from Hong Kong U, which is a better university in the Hong Kong system. But it was only a contract. So what would you do? Stay with tenure, stay safe, or go to a contract? Put your hand up if you would take the risk. Put your hand up if you stay where you are. I don't blame you. But this is the mental part. You have to be very strong, resilient mentally to be able to give up security if you want to grow. So I gave up tenure and went to Hong Kong U. And then they didn't give me tenure 6 years later. Oh, Neil, stupid decision. No, best decision ever. Because when that door closed, I got a job at National University of Singapore. Put your hand up if you like National University of Singapore. Anyone? So I was in Singapore for 2 years. Wow! That wouldn't have happened if I hadn't taken the chance. So part of your preparation over the next 3 years, and parents you're listening, part of the preparation for students is not just fill you with knowledge, terminology, but to prepare you to deal with uncertainty in the future. Because uncertainty knocks your mind around more than you can imagine. The uncertainty about, do I change job? I don't like the boss I have, I better change job. Or maybe I need to negotiate more. Or maybe I need to speak up more so I don't have resentment against that boss. And maybe that's the option and not change a job. Little things like that are going to haunt you if we don't prepare you in the School of Business. So we can prepare you with terminology, we can prepare you with the technology, but we need to improve your mental thinking, your mental resilience, because that's the thing that's going to hold you back in the future. Okay? All right? How many of you could say, I'm not going to look at my smartphone for the next hour? Anyone? Could you do that? Could anyone do that? Some of you. It's hard, isn't it? Because you developed a habit. It's just become a habit, so you think, it doesn't cost anything to look at it. But when you're doing one thing, you're giving up another thing. And that's the other thing I want. I drew that PowerPoint. That's so funny, PowerPoint. I got something better than a PowerPoint. This is my scribbling. I just wrote this out last night and I'm thinking, what am I going to tell students and parents that they can go away, they invested 1 hour today, or 50 minutes, or 45 minutes. How much longer on the video have we got? 45 minutes? Okay, longer. It better be it says 4K on the video, I get a bit worried. All right, so I wrote this out here. And I want you to look at the word at the top in the middle. Starts with F. What does it say? Focus, right? Can you see that word, focus? Okay, now, it's very hard for you to focus if you don't have a vision. Okay? And that's the biggest problem that gets in the way of the average business student. That is, it's very hard for you to have a vision of the future. Why? Because you're getting bombarded every day about how bad the future is going to be. Where are you going to work in the future? What careers are available in the future? If it's not something, it's something else. Right? So I understand, it's very, the ideal world, you have a vision. Here's the vision of you. You're going to be working in an advertising agency. You're going to be designing copy all day long. It's my dream job. I want to be there for the next 30 or 40 years. Fat chance. Because that company may not be around after 5 years. You're with me here? All right? Things are changing fast. So what we've got to do in the business school is to give you a better understanding of the future, so you can develop your own vision. If you can develop your own vision, then you can have stronger focus on what you have to do. All right? So your own vision, what do we do in our school? Well, we get you to try many things. We get you to spend time on study. We get you to fail on things. The good thing about business school is you can fail. You can get up and talk, and the microphone's on, and what do I say now? It's okay to fail, because that's what the business school is about. You shouldn't be focusing on getting perfect marks all the time, okay? You should be learning to fail and get comfortable with that. And then you're able to see a broader vision, and that enables you to focus. Now, one last thing about this mental habits and about resiliency. Then we'll just have some questions. I want you to be honest with me here, okay? How many of you do exercise? Physical exercise. And I don't just mean eating, okay? All right? How many of you? Come on. Just half. Tonight, okay. Tomorrow, okay, all right, okay, right, all right. So, good. Physical exercise, you know what it is, all right? How many, and I climbed Mount Afua, that would say mountain on the other side of Gunung Ledang. It's a mountain on the other side of Malacca, you know the mountain? Okay? It takes 5.5 hours to get to the top. It's equivalent to 350 floors. So, every week, every morning, I climb 72 floors in my apartment. It only takes 20 minutes. Do I feel like doing it? Most times I don't. But it just becomes a healthy habit. Will I be doing that in 10 years' time? Of course I will. In 20 years' time, you bet. Healthy habits make you stronger mentally. Okay? Get the physical right. Now you've got to think of the mental. What are you going to do every day mentally? Well, first thing in the morning, don't read the news. Okay? Did you hear me? First thing in the morning, don't read the news, because the news is always negative. Okay? You should be doing some yoga, meditating, watching a role model, watching your lecture on a video or something. Just focusing on a role model, something that you can aspire to. Listen to Elon Musk. If Elon Musk is your role model, then listen to him every morning. You'll be amazed how it changes the joy you have every day. And there's nothing beats that when you come to your business school and your study with joy in your heart. Because you think, I'm going to be like this person one day. Feed your mind with that every morning. That can help. It works wonders for your mind. And you do the physical. And nothing can beat you when you go to job interviews. In 3 years' time, you go into that job interview. You will beat everyone else because you are better mentally prepared. Because the job interview is not to compare your transcript with someone else, because you've got the same transcript, you're passed, get a honours degree. They're interested in who are you? How well do you know yourself? How self-aware are you? Parents, are you hearing us here? Okay? So what I'm saying is that, yes, we have to teach you the technology, the knowledge, the terminology, but do not forget the mental resilience that you have to develop. And that will make you unstoppable in any job interview you go to. All right, so let me just stop there. I really appreciate you coming today. Put your hand up if you got something out of this session. Anyone? A couple of you? That is great. If one person is changed after this session, then I am delighted. If you see me in the campus, just yell out, "Hey, you over there with the big nose. Hey, hi, I saw you in the lecture." Okay, all right? All right, don't be afraid. Say hello, all right? Because I might become a role model for you. I might not. If you don't reach out, you never know, all right? Always look out for role models. And as Hira said, look out for someone that's qualities that you aspire to have and get to know them more. And that will help you here, okay? Wish you so well in your studies in the coming semesters and see you around on campus. Thank you.